Hello, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. Well, we're now up to chapter 4. We're still in the summer, so we're just like day 2 of the summer. It's early on. I mean, we've been trying to find somebody who we can get to marry us so we can extend the family, but no luck so far. It's going to be a case of I'm trying to find somebody who's got decent skills, reasonable skills. So for example, over here, Atelier here, she's got maximum of about 2 in any one skill. So yeah, I mean, from what I've been used to, it's a case of the maximum I've ever seen on one of these NPCs is level 3, and then we just we get them better skills improved through working for us. So for that reason, I wasn't going to get her to marry me. But we're now on to chapter 4 anyway. So that's still important because it's a case of you need a wife, you need children to continue your dynasty or dynasty if you want. Because the idea is, well, yeah, I mean, you may not survive long as we're in the medieval era. So it's a case of, yeah, you need kids. Now, we're on to chapter 4 though. And for chapter 4, it's asking us to build a hunting lodge and then to hunt 3 foxes and 3 boars. Now, I don't think you have to do them in any order. So, because we're around here, over at Deniger, I found some foxes while I was hanging around waiting for a quest. And I found some foxes over around here, and there's some boars just around there. Now, foxes, they may not seem much, but they are pretty little, vicious little beasties. They won't attack me unless I attack them. So it's a case of I'm gonna try and take this thing out with a spear, but I'm gonna have to kill 3 of them. I think maybe that's why it asks you to use the hunting lodge, because then you'll be able to build bows. That's the plan anyway. Let's see if I can hit it in the head. So it took 2 spears to take that out. So yeah, so the order doesn't matter. So we don't have to build a hunting lodge to get this to qualify. Right, so that's that spear. So there's 2 more of them we need to kill. I have to be careful I don't actually hit anybody. Oh, there's a fox there. Oh! Seriously? How does that thing manage to walk when it's got these big spears sticking in it? That's one thing to bear in mind, is if the spears break, that's it. It's you'll have to make some more. Which at this stage of the game doesn't really matter, because it's, well, yeah, we're going to get XP from crafting things anyway. Right, so how many spears have I got left, incidentally, and what state are they in? So this one's at 25, so that'll probably break off straight away. Then I've got 2 at 50. So we'll have to be very careful. So I don't know if there's any more around here, but there were some boars over there. Now I've taken a boar out before. I've just got to be careful with them, because if you go too close to a boar and it spots you, it'll actually charge you. Now, if you want to take them down, it's better to hit them in the head. So the last time I saw them, there's like a little bridge around here somewhere on the way back to where we're at. And there's usually some boar hanging around there. So we've got deer up there. But it's the boars that we need. We need 3 of them. So 1 more fox and 3 boars. Ah, there's a boar down there. Trouble is, if there's like several of these things, they might all come for you. So it's usually good to try and take them out while they're on their own. That's definitely true. Holds true for things like wolves, because a wolf will start howling. Yeah, so by hitting it in the head, we're kind of like slowing it down. Right, so that's one down. Now there's one over there. There's usually some across the water. I'm gonna have to get some more spears here. So that's not too bad if we get 2 of each. Seriously? I chopped it down. That's just weird. Right, so that gets us our logs, so I'll make some spears now. But we also have to build that hunting lodge. So for me, I like to build it in a sort of like a forest area. So then when we've got like NPCs, they can go out hunting for things. But you can also use it for gathering. So it's a case of if there's any like mushrooms nearby, they'll be able to go out and gather mushrooms. So it's another reason why you build it in a forest. Seriously, you decide to turn around now. So yeah, so there's 2 sides to it. You want to build it in a forest. I mean, check to see if there's any like animals nearby, but also check to see if there's any maybe berries and mushrooms. That's Struth. Oh, I thought I'd seen us. Oh no! I'm gonna have to make a mad dash and try and chop a tree down. I thought I had some spears left. It'll be out there somewhere. It'll be out there somewhere. I don't know whether it's gonna give up, like coming after us, or whether it's gonna just take forever and to get there. That makes this all the more difficult because it's a case of if I'm in the middle of making these things and a boar suddenly turns up, that could be problems because I can't move at the moment while I'm crafting things. I could have sworn I had more than that. Ah, there it is. So usually you can tell that's quite useful in inspector mode. I can see my spear, so that's one way of tracking animals. At this stage I can't see animals in that inspector mode, but I can at least see my spears. So I can hit you with a head. There you go. Right, so 2 down. Now you don't actually have to skin them. You just have to actually hunt them. But, you know, waste not, want not. Right, so I think I'll just take all this stuff back to the actual storage that I've got, which is quite a ways away. Then I think we'll go over to the other side of the river and I'll go and have a look because we still need 1 more fox and 1 more boar. But I also need to think about where is it we're going to put this hunting lodge, because you don't want it too far away, because if you get NPCs to look after it, they'll have to go there, they'll have to do some work, and then they'll have to come home before it gets dark. So it's a case of, yeah, if it's too far away, then realistically they're no good, because chances are by the time they get there, they're going to come back home anyway. It's like, okay. Right, I think I'm heading in the right direction. Yeah, I can't tell looking at the compass, because it's not until we actually get close that the village itself will show up. yeah, I remembered there's a quest line for Unigos that I need to get done. So we need to come over here and talk to Sambo. And then see what he wants. Who are we? Let's just say we're a friend of the Castellan. Oh, okay. Oh, that was it to do with wolves. Oh, okay. Ooh, right. Oh, okay, so we've just got to alert everybody about wolves. Oh, fair enough. Actually, what do we get for doing Unighost? No, it doesn't tell anything. That one, I still need to get that done. So, I mean, I've actually cut down trees, so I didn't have to cut these down near to where she lives, even though it was to do with supposedly clearing out room for fields. But as long as I get this done before the season's finished, we should be fine. So it's really that. But I'll head back to Unighost. I'm just gonna have to be really careful because there's wolves down here. So if I swing a left, I'll be able to. Hopefully, I'll be able to stay out of their way. Oh, there's one over there. Yeah, the thing about wolves is if you hear one of them howl, that's it. You're going to have to stand your ground and fight them. The trouble is, whenever I've seen them, especially near the road, I've literally gone down that road, main road, and just run straight into a wolf. And these spears aren't much good up close as melee weapons. They're good if you throw them. The trouble is if one of these wolves comes at you, and as soon as it gets close, it's hard to hit it. I find it's better to try and hit them from a distance. If you can hit it in the head, that'll start to slow them down. The only trouble is there's Wyson around here as well, over there. So I'm kind of like reluctant to run, because I'll run out of stamina. Now, she could actually prove useful because she's good at crafting at least. If we look at the inspector mode, still don't quite know what the diplomacy is going to be of use for, but when it comes to crafting, that could be useful. So, do you have a minute? Went hunting? No, she's not interested in hunting. Oh yes, so we've got her above 79%, right. Now the thing is, I could get her to join the settlement. The only drawback is I don't have anywhere for her to live. So I've got until the end of this season, basically. So I've got until tomorrow to get a house built. Actually, I haven't said that. So she's only 19, so she's only like a year older than us. Now, so he'd be good for extracting as well as fishing, so that's 60%. Oh, up 5. Nothing interested. No. Aha, so I've got him up to 30%, right. So I could potentially recruit both of these. But it's a case of, yeah, I need houses for them now. In the meantime, where on earth? I think it's a bit late. So I don't know if I can get a hold of Unighost at this time of night. Because if he's gone to bed, I won't be able to talk to him. At least usually I can't. Oh yes I can. Oh, there you go. Take it back. Right, okay, so he's yeah, so he's just warning about wolf attacks then, so oh okay, so I get a reward for that, right. He's gonna take the so we've got to go there to Deniger, okay. So as far as that goes, so I think we got a financial reward or something by the sounds of it. But still need to do this chapter here anyway. And I think what I'll do is, I mean, I'll come back to these two tomorrow. The good thing about this is it doesn't really matter about what season it is, it's just ongoing. That on the other hand has to be done by before the end of this season. That one's ongoing, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to have to come back tomorrow to actually recruit those two. Otherwise they'll move off somewhere else, chances are. So to complete this chapter I need to get the hunting lodge built, but I need to build 2 houses. I mean, technically I could keep those in one house, but the trouble is, if I want to marry her, I'm going to have to put her into a separate house and then flirt with her until I can get her to marry me, and then she can move into my house and then that'll leave me with a spare house. So yeah, it's quite useful, that. Because you can only do that. The dilemma is you've got to really get that affection level really, really high before you can get them to marry you. So it's a case of it's going to take me a while, so it's quicker to just, well, it's quicker, it's easier just to get her to come and work for me. It should be quite useful because she can do crafting, and I think I've got a workshop. Or at least I'll be able to build one, as far as I recall. Now I can't see my base at the minute because we're quite away from it. But when we get closer, it does actually show up on the compass, which is quite useful. So we're going to go back to base, build ourselves 2 houses. It's nothing wonderful, just 2 basic houses. I mean, they'll want better houses to improve their morale, but I'm just going to build basic ones, and then I'll start basically putting better ones in. And then I'll just move them, because you can reallocate people to different things. You can change jobs, you can move them to different houses and so on. So I've got to start somewhere basic, so I'm just going to start with what I can, which is just a very basic house. I could build them using stone, but then I'll have to gather a lot of stone, and stone tends to be hard to find. Like this stuff here, on the other hand, you can actually mine this. Mine it. So that's a stone line on the ground, but that sort of rock you can actually mine it if you've got a pickaxe, which we actually found near a mine, interestingly enough. Whereas early on in the game you actually had to purchase one. I don't think there was a stone pickaxe to begin with. I think the iron pickaxe was the earliest level, so you had to actually buy one. Hang on a minute, where are we going? Well, technically I'm supposed to be going to Deniger, but what the heck, we'll go there. Oh, hang on a minute, see if there's anything interesting here. That's something else that they introduced interestingly into the game, is these little carts, and sometimes they've got useful things lying around. Oh, there's a cudgel there. And as far as I'm aware, they do respawn. Actually, I haven't said that. It's late at night. I won't be able to get them late at night. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. So I'm just going to head back to base, because it's really chapter 4 I'm interested in finishing. Right then, so that's 2 extra houses now built. So that's enough to house those 2. The trouble is, I've kind of like just remembered that I need to actually have a food storage before I can actually recruit anybody. We've actually learned that, which is useful. So we can actually, well, go to the crafting menu, go to storages. I can actually build one of those. So we need 8 logs to build that. But it's really chapter 4 I'm supposed to focus on. So I'm going to look for an area around here because there are deer that are wandering around here, which is good. I'm just curious to see if I can find any sort of like mushrooms as well, because I can get somebody to gather mushrooms. That would be really good because throughout like spring right the way through autumn, I mean somebody can gather those like mushrooms, and then we can, you know, I can, or anybody for that matter who can craft or cook, can convert that into all sorts of useful stews. I'm just not seeing any option. I mean, there are berries around here, so I suppose that's something. I would have preferred to have seen a lot of these mushrooms. I'm just not seeing any. So it's dead useful having this this skill here, you know, the inspector mode. But no, I'm just not seeing any. So there's various plants we're picking up. It's just a thing of being a bit unfortunate, and that the area I picked just doesn't have any mushrooms as well. Oh, stamina level's too low. So yeah, it doesn't look as though we'll have any trouble sort of like getting wildlife. The trouble is you can't rely on them. I don't know if the game takes that into account, where they actually do hunt like actual animals or not, or whether they just, you know, every so often it just says, "Ooh, I've caught something" or something, because it's like the rabbit traps. There's no actual rabbits wandering around that area, and yet I'm still able to catch rabbits. So no, so there's no sign of any mushrooms around here, but at least there are berries over there, so I suppose that's something. I'm assuming they can gather berries. So there's quite a few here. And I think as you get higher up in the tiers of these, because you can build better and better. Oh, Struth, there are wolves here. Anyway, so I think there are berries over there. I thought I heard a wolf going there. So right, so there's berries there. So I'm trying to, I want to put this in a place that's kind of like either in between those 2 berries. Yes, I think if I build it about here, I think, because I can always go hunting those wolves. Right, so in terms of what is it we need then? So it's not storage, it's hunting. So it says we want a hunting lodge. So the hunting lodge needs 6 logs. So I may as well just chop these down here. Whoa, Struth. It actually just dawned on me this building's got to be able to actually fit in somewhere. So I don't know if it's going to be able to fit in right here, but Because the stumps, I can't get rid of the stumps yet. Ah, there we go. Ah, so I can build it here. Right, so what does this need? More logs. Lots of sticks, lots of logs. Looks like it's going to need more reeds as well. Yeah, quite a lot of reeds. Okay, back to chopping things down again. So we've now got this actually built, as well as being able to allocate NPCs to this building. I mean, it's got its own little storage chest there if you know, if you want to store things in, but it's all linked back to the actual main storage back in the main part of the village over there. But the thing is, apart from being able to hire NPCs and so on, you can actually use this place to craft things. So for example, we've got a barrel. So if you've got fish or if you've got meats, if you can get some salt, you can actually cure those and it makes the meat last longer. But you can also craft things, so we can make bows, for example, and we make arrows. The trouble is, it's going to cost 50 coins to unlock the scheme or blueprint for the arrows. It's going to cost another 100 for the bows. And because we're not at the stage where we can make our own linen or linen thread, yeah, we're going to have to go and actually pay for linen, or more specifically that bit of linen thread to make a bow. Feathers, okay, stone, sticks, yeah, so it's pretty pricey because if all we've got is, we've only got 50 coins there, so yeah. Definitely useful, but it's a case of not quite ready to use it ourselves yet. Anywho, we've now finished chapter 3. So moving on to chapter 4. In chapter 4, well, chapter 3 was all about the hunting. Chapter 4 is all about farming. So that's a case of building actual farms, building a barn. In the barn you can do crafting, you can convert so like grains to things, you can make things like animal feed and so on. Trouble is, what I'm mindful of, it's after 5 o'clock and the chances of me being able to put up a food storage area and get over to those two in time is pretty slim, so chances are they'll move somewhere else and I might have to find them. Or in the next season start looking for somebody else. But that's all for another episode.